Hey everyone, long time no see. My name's Chrono and this is BindOnEpic. So I really did want to get this video out earlier this week, but this week I started midterms, so I've been swamped with studying and work and worrying and all that fun stuff. So the video's out today. Sorry it's a little delayed, but I hope you guys enjoyed anyway. So today I wanted to talk about whether or not females are over-sexualized in the video game industry. Video games are often marketed to males 18 to 34 years of age. The developers are also mostly male, and a lot of women report that when they work in the industry, they are often mistreated both professionally and as gamers. Now, I know there are a lot of guys out there who accept the female gamer and even embrace them, but there still are a lot of other guys out there who hold their gender against them. So this prompts developers to create very sexy females with a lot of cleavage, a lot of boobage, and barely any clothing. Because their demographic is 18 to 34-year-old guys. And what do guys like? Boobies! So I think it is like a problem, but I think most people who are criticizing the video game industry for having over-sexualized females are looking way too much at older games or series that started like years and years and years ago. These games have different values and appeal to a almost completely male demographic. So they didn't really need to have any strong female protagonists because all they were marketing to were guys. And it's easy to point out a female with overly sized breasts, but why don't critics ever think about like the actual strong female characters that are present in the industry, like Faith from Mirror's Edge? I mean, it's not perfect, but the progress is there. And I mean, females like Lara Croft, for example, are completely sexualized. They wear the tight-fitting clothing. They have these scenes where like they're stripping a little, but she's a strong female protagonist nonetheless, and she stars in a fantastic game. It doesn't detract from the gameplay at all. A little bit of fan service here and there should not be this big of a problem. Samus Aran from the Metroid series is also a very strong female protagonist. Now, she is usually in her power suit, but when she is depicted in, like, trailers and like things online, memes, etc., what have you, you usually see her in her Zero suit, which is a skin-tight blue jumpsuit with heels. Now, this is a very overly sexual image of her, but does it detract from the game in any way? No. Does it detract from how strong of a protagonist she is? No. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, there are games that are purely fan service, such as Bayonetta, which is a fun game, but there's not that much story-wise, and basically how you play the game is you take off her clothes while you fight angels. And I mean, you take off a lot of her clothes. So I think there's two sides here. You've got females that are portrayed to be very sexy, but have very, very strong roles in their game, and you have games that are purely fan service. And please tell me why no one ever looks at the very obvious over-sexualization of men in the video game industry. You've got groups of feminists roaring over how, like, video games have every female character's tits hanging out, which is not true, by the way, but no one looks at how every video game has some male protagonist filling this idolized hero role. Male protagonists are often tall, dark, and handsome, with deep, handsome voices and chiseled abs and huge biceps. And when has that ever been realistic? And why do men have to look that in order to be a strong character? They're big and strong and tough and often have to go through death-defying acts in the games that they are portrayed in order to win the love of some busty female that doesn't play that big of a role. Like, it's all over-sexualization of basically everyone. It's all stereotypes. It's all unnatural. So why is this argument, like, entirely one-sided? Why will people rage over the fact that a lot of female characters in video games have huge breasts, but no one takes a look or even bats an eye at the fact that all these male characters have huge biceps and chiseled abs? Like 2/3 of America does not look like that. I'm sorry, but they don't. It's unrealistic, it's unnatural, and it's just plain stereotyping. But this is an industry, and they have to sell their games. So they create characters that are very marketable, and Attractive women are marketable. Attractive men are marketable. And it's not just the video game industry. It's literally every other media industry. TV, movies, magazines. They've all got some unrealistic portrayal of the human being and their body. So I think it's a problem no matter which way you look at it. But does it really matter? No, I mean, I don't think it matters. If the game is fantastic, who cares if the female has really big boobs or if the guy has really big abs? Who cares? As long as the game is good, as long as there's something worthwhile in the story and the gameplay, why does it have to matter? I understand that there are games where women are used purely as objects, more like they're used as a prize to be won or the damsel in distress, and they don't really play that large of a role in the game. But there are a lot of female protagonists and even side characters that break that meta. So I think the issue here is not that females are over-sexualized, but that there aren't enough strong female protagonists to kind of prove to people that the video game industry is not all about big boobs, tiny waisted, damsel in distress type female characters. So that's it for this edition of BindOnEpic. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and maybe possibly give me a share. If you like me, please remember to subscribe if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will have those linked in the information below for your convenience. Now, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I'm going to go try out GTA Online now that I'm done with classes for the week. And hopefully the servers won't be complete garbage. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.